Good evening. How are we doing? Welcome in, people. How is everybody? The devil is here first. Isn't that sweet of her? To answer your question, between a short and the dual stream, I gained 25 subs. That is more subs, I think, than I've got in a year combined. I think. One of these days I will look at the analytics and check it out. But I am pretty confident. I mean, 25 new subs is absolutely insane. And I'll tell you, it was kind of motivational because I was hanging around 770, 775 for wait, I lied. 50 for them. I gained 50 subs. 50. I was at 775. Is there a way I can view this? There we go. Okay. Wait. Hold on. I'm looking. Oh, that's views. Hold on. How do I view? I gotta figure out how to do this. I'm gonna tell you. Watch time, subscribers, 52. I gained 52 subs. I was at, that doesn't tell me. But yeah, 52. Isn't that crazy? Between the short and the that last stream. The short got 12.2 thousand views, which I believe is a record for me by far. By far. I like 2,000's a lot for me. It's crazy. Absolutely insane. But I'm trying to get to 1,000. So it helped. It was a good boost. Welcome in, Laura. So I do have a bunch of updates. Hi, Bob. I'm gonna talk about that auction a bit. So I have some updates from the fish room, and then I want to talk about the Bucks County auction. What is a mukbang? I've never even heard of that. Let's see here. Hold on. Zenny sent me a message. Oh, boo. Okay. All right. So, updates from Zenny said you suck. Yeah, basically. Basically. All right. So updates. I think it's my male axolotl. However, Foxy brought up a good point that sometimes those areas get a little swollen when they're sick. So it could be the female. But one of the two axolotls is very sick. Has a infection, maybe two. Does not look good. Acting somewhat normal though still, which is really good. No clue how, why, or any of that. Hi, Jenna. And Jenna, you stay in the horizontal stream. That's perfect. You're great right there. So The definitely a fungal type infection at a minimum. Maybe more than that. No clue why. It's been acting perfectly fine. So I did a huge water change on it and have been giving it Furin 2, I believe is what it's called. API Furan, something like that, 2. Um, I did it said every 24 hours. Um, so I did a dose yesterday, I think, and then another one tonight. I did a water change yesterday, then gave the medicine, and then I did another dose tonight, and then tomorrow night I'll do another water change. Laura, because I'm dual streaming, I have a horizontal and a vertical stream going at the same time. So some chats are in, some messages are in one stream, others are in the other. But if you look on the chat feed that's on the screen, like right here, if you look at that, it shows both. Um, so hopefully this axolotl pulls through. It's not looking promising, but we'll see. So yeah, what's this? Okay. What else? So I did that water change. I related to the fish room this morning, 8 o'clock this morning. Well, it was closer to 9. But I've been talking about my outrageous electric bills. It's an issue in the state, not necessarily specific to me. Um, but like during the winter, the heart of the winter, last year and this year, 2 months back to back, I usually get a $500+ electric bill. The month before and the month after those two is usually 200, 300, and then the rest of the year I'm usually under $200, sometimes even under 100. So we get these delivery fees for the electric. It's a big thing in Delaware that people are in a big uproar about. And I also, like, I'm trying to do my best to keep it as low as possible. Obviously, heating 3 fish rooms does not help that. So, as I've said in previous streams, I've been working on insulating the fish rooms and doing different stuff like that. So this morning, back up one more step, sorry. Because it's such an issue in the state, they have federal funding to grant money to help people with their electric bills if they do certain steps. One of which is you need to have an energy expert come and give you advice. It was half hour this morning. He came and he didn't even walk around, but he gave me all kinds of free crap to help. A new filter for my heater, weather stripping to put at the bottom of the doors, a new shower head, LED light bulbs for free. And by doing this, I am now eligible, because I have gas and electric through Delmarva. I am eligible for up to $500 in grant money to go towards my bill. Up to. If I get $100, I'm happy. Maybe I'll get more than that, which would be really nice. The next thing, if I pay $50, they will have another person come in, a company, and they like pressurize the house with air or suck it all out or something like that, and can tell you like where you need more insulation, where the gaps are, and all different. They do all kinds of diagnostics and testing. So I'm really considering it because it will help me learn where I need um to insulate better. Like right now, I'm just pulling it out of my butt. I don't know where. Um, Also, if you pay that $50, so the service normally would cost like 400, but again, grant money, they pay the rest. I just pay 50. But also, in within three, if I do any upgrades to the house that to help make it more energy efficient, I also get a discount on that. So, stuff I'm considering. All right, let's catch up and chat. Mm, all right. Welcome in, Steven and Tim. Good to see you. My bill was high last month too. I had oil, hot water in me. Oh, that sucks. Oil sucks. Yeah. Yes, I should eat microwave popcorn for sure. Gas prices. They were down to like 220. Now they're up to 350. Um, which is actually down 10 cents from last week. It's one of the steps to just not live in Delaware. I like that idea too. Okay. Um, what is this? Okay. Let me think here. In my one of my 40 breeders that has, is it a 40? I think it's a 40. It has a riverless killifish in it that I got from Cosman. I don't remember when I did this. There's shrimp in there. And I'm shocked that the fish aren't eating them. Um, they look to be orange reddish, we'll say. All right. Is that all I got to talk about fish room wise? I think that's it. Next, on Saturday was the Bucks County Aquarium Society annual auction. And I gotta say, it was a good time. It really was. They had over 900 lots, and it went from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., I think, is what Callie said. I think it was just under 9 hours, which makes sense for the number of lots. So, my opinions about it. And I shared these with Callie. So, they got to move out of their venue. Their venue is way too small for this big of an event. There's just not enough room. Parking is tight, and cell connection is terrible. And even connected to the Wi-Fi, you just don't get signal because of where it's located. And this day and age, I really think you need good cell signal. Welcome in, Alshon. We were cleaning up until 8, auction ended at 6:45. Okay, there we go. So that was 7 hours. 7 hours to go through 900 lots is pretty impressive. So I think the venue is just too small. The cell signal sucks. And the Nature Center has really treated the club well for many, many years, I think. But at least for the annual auction, I think it needs to be at a bigger location. I think it would actually draw more people if it was in a different location, if it was bigger and stuff like that. It also, I think, would have really helped if there was the projector set up with to be able to show the lots. However, they did not have the space to do it on Saturday. It was just too crowded. The auction it's growing, which is a great thing. The other issue is they continue to have to use their own sound system, which isn't the best. It works, but it's not the best. The Nature Center has a built-in AV system, but they're never able to. And Alshon, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they've been able to use it maybe 2, 3, 4 times, and I think it's been set up for a year or more. And I just think that I really think for as good of care as the club has taken to the Nature Center, during COVID they made donations to them, and I support that. That's a great thing in life. It's great, but the least they do is make sure that the AV system is accessible and working for the club's biggest event of the year. I just really think having a built-in sound system and being able to use the AV system, the projector system, would have really helped and would have been a nice touch. I also got to say, and it really it was really nice to see this day and age with how volunteerism is on the decline. The club had plenty of people for the auction. For all the different stations that they needed people to have, people set up, they had it. There was enough runners, there was enough auctioneers. One person no call, no showed, and I stepped in to help cover for that for a little bit, not long, but a little bit. And I offered to help more, but they really did not need me, which was it was really nice for me to be able to actually enjoy the auction. And I did not mind announcing it all. That was a good time. But it was just a really nice it was a really nice auction. It really was. Like I said, I really think the biggest issue was the venue. Personally, I would have preferred to see it on auction.fish. In the past, I was a huge pusher, a huge supporter for My Group Auctions. And I still say My Group Auctions is better than no online platform at all. But like I really wanted to be able to on this stream look at, do an auction review. And I can't because it's my group auctions. I can only see the stuff that I bought, which we'll go over. Um, but with auction.fish, you get to see all the lots, you get to see what they sold for, etc. Which would have been really cool because the next thing is um I would say the first 5 hours of it, um, it was really a seller's auction. Stuff was going for insanely high prices, which is great. It was really good to see people spending money, and a lot of it for items. Number one, it's good for the club. Number two, it's really good for the sellers. Um, I was sitting next to a gentleman who is a member of the club. I think he's actually on the board, and he brought in a decent amount of stuff, and it was really nice to see stuff going for a lot of money. The last hour or two, as with any auction, was a buyer's market and got some great deals. But even then, like usually that, when it's an all-day auction, those last 100, 200 lots, you're really getting like your dollar, $2, $3 purchases. Things were still going somewhat higher than that. Yeah, it was Bill. I just didn't say his name because most people wouldn't know who I was talking about. But now, one thing that I will say is Big Steve, welcome in and thank you for 5 memberships again. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So the just being able to get someone to auctioneer is a help. And one of these people I'm going to talk about, I'm not going to say names, but he's a really great guy. I'm not taking that away from him. But when you have items, I'll give you an example. And I forget what they were, which fish, but fish number one sold for $130, if I remember correctly, using round numbers. That same lot came up again a little bit later, and the auctioneer started it at like $8 or $6 and was going up in increments of one. And it went for $98. Eventually, he went up to twos. He may have gone up to a 5 or a 10 towards the very end. But I think it's somewhat of a standard that up to maybe $20, you go in increments of two. And then you go up to fives. And then you go tens. I've even had items that I've auctioneered for where I was going like in increments of $25. So it would have helped with timing, which again, 8 hours or whatever it was for 900 lots is great. But I think it, like I said, and this was in the beginning, the items were going for big money, which is great. But I bet you if with a little bit difference of a style of auctioneering, the items would have gone for even more. But there was multiple lots that went over $100, tons of lots that went over $50. It was really good. The other auctioneers did a lot better with that as well. It was just the one. But it was just really good to see an auction with stuff going for a lot of money, and it was well attended. The room was full, of course. Um, there wasn't really an overwhelming amount of any one species or anything like that. Yes, Ted talked up the items very nicely. Yes. Yeah. It was it was really nice. There was of course Alshon got probably 200 donations, I'm guessing. I don't know if you counted them, Tom, but tons of donations, and it was really good stuff. Really good stuff. It was a really nice freaking auction. All right, let me catch up in chat here. I'm way behind. All right. So yes, the auction ended at 6:45. So it was 7 3/4 hours long. So just under 8 hours and over 900 lots. Amazing. Welcome in, Nick. And Greater Pittsburgh has their semi-annual auction at a different place. Yeah, I mean, I think that's, because for your typical meeting, you're going to have 20 to 50 people, which that room can hold fine. Still sucks not having good cell connection, but whatever. Welcome in, Richard. It was good to see you. And Cinnamon, good to see you too. Got all kinds of people here that were at the auction. Yes. So Richard says it as well. Need a bigger room. I agree. Alshon says they keep forgetting to leave out the needed parts to operate the system. I think for as number of years as the club's been going there, they should just give you guys a key. Or at least show some appreciation for all that the club does for them. I mean, you even promote their stuff on social media for them. The least they could do is for the big event, make sure to leave it out. Okay. What's this? Okay. 2 announcers were no shows. Oh wow. Oh, Kathy, that's right. Yeah. Yes, Laura, I sat back and enjoyed myself. It was really freaking nice. Nick says it's better than nothing, but 1,000 lots would be nice to have an easier to browse platform. I agree. And promote afterwards with reviews. Yeah, I actually wanted to do that, and then up until tonight, I forgot I could not. Thank you again, Big Steve, for the gifted memberships. Welcome in, Mel. Good to see you. Yep, Big Steve strikes again. Welcome in, Diane. It was good to see you. 921 lots. That's crazy. Alshon, don't publicize that. Big Steve says they've needed a bigger room for 4 years. Yep. Yes, Nick, we are going to review what I bought. I agree, Nick. All right. So we got a decent crowd here. We're going to play a game. I've done this before. Nick does it a lot. You know, auctions are one of, if not, no, I don't want to say the favorite. Auctions are in my top 3 favorite things of being a part of fish clubs and fish events. Delicious. I said it last stream. Blackberry Jack Daniels and ginger ale, delicious. I did try it with lemonade. I think the ginger ale is better. I'm gonna have to let Jack Daniels know that because they're promoting lemonade, but I think it's better with ginger ale. Back in the day, the auction would be in the outer area. I've never even been in there. Maybe get 40 people to attend. Alshon, do you know how many people there were there? I did not think to count, but I'm curious. All right. So, yes, you are correct, Laura and Tim. Okay. So, I'm going to tell you what I bought, and you're going to take a guess at what I paid for it. And it's going to be pretty interesting. Because, so, those of you that have been at events with me, over 100 people, that's amazing. Those of you that have been at auctions with me, you know that magic number that I usually stop bidding at. And yeah. So I will start with 2 things that I got for free. Chris Meta, if a mod wants to drop his link because he streams on Tuesday nights now, gave me Big Steve, you're funny. Chris Meta gave me a 3D printed egg catcher with the tube that goes to the breeder box type thing. So thanks to him for that. And then Diane Frog Fishamore gave me a plant. Diane, can you tell us what that plant is? Because I don't remember. And also confirming, Diane, you said I can just throw it in the water. I don't got to do anything to it, right? I don't need to put it in a pot or anything. I can just toss it in. I need to do that. It's still in the bag. Uh-oh. Popcorn down. Hold on. 5-second rule. Okay. So I got those 2 things for free. I mean, for Chris, I traded something. But I got him tickets for the aquarium. Yes, Father Fish was there and spent a lot of money. For sure. There was a lot of people there. It was nice. All right. So, the first thing, 4 brown bristlenose plecos. 4 brown bristlenose plecos. What do you think I paid for that? Black gamecock iris. Just sit it in the water. I have those buckets that are like you buy at Target. And then I also have the galvanized steel or aluminum, whatever it's made out of, I don't know. That I think is 100-gallon. They're not very deep. Did your aquarium donate to the Bucks County auction? I don't think so. I don't remember hearing them any tickets in the auction. I'm not in charge of that, but I don't know. All right. So we got a guess of $7. The P's are aligned with $7. Nick says 12. Steven says $12 is ridiculous. Scotty all the time when something is above 10. I agree. Any other guesses? I'll give it a minute because I know there's a little bit of a lag. They are, I would say, older juveniles, probably. Good point, Nick. Yes, I sold Malaysian trumpet snails for over $12 one time. Stephen lowers his guess to 4. Why do you do that, Stephen? How far into the auction? I don't know. It was definitely the second half. But Stephen wins $4. Good job, Stephen. Okay. Thank you, Diane. Yes, Nick, they were. However, sometimes I just can find a really good deal. Okay. Next, a tennis ball portion of Java moss. And this was in the second half of the auction. There you go. A tennis ball portion of Java moss. Come on, people, put your guesses in there. Bob, you were there. You can't bid or guess. However, Bob Meadow is correct. $4. Laura. All right. Here's a good one. And tell me also, chat, are these common? How rare? I don't know anything about Tetris, but I'll put it in chat what it is. 3 orange Von Rio Tetras. I'm not a Tetra person. They're beautiful. Orange, obviously. But is that a common Tetra or is that a rare Tetra? I don't know. They're beautiful though. And what should they go for? Okay. Thank you, Jenna. Steven says 9. Jenna says 3. Nick, what do you think? And thank you, Cinnamon, for playing fair. Okay. They aren't one that's in stock everywhere, but not an expensive fish. All right. Big Steve says 9. I paid $4. Okay. Another one I've never had that look really nice. A trio of albino cherry barbs. A trio of albino cherry barbs. Alison was bidding on some stuff I was kind of surprised to see. All right, so we got regular, I believe, Bob. So we have a guest of 3, 4, and 6 to 8. Sometimes people put in more than one lot or of 3, so you have to bid more on 2. Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. All right. I paid $6 for it. All right. And they're really nice. Next, brand new in the box, Aqua Cool Aquarium Cooling Fan. I got this for the 55-gallon that I plan to make into an axolotl tank. It's the old saltwater tank. So again, it's a brand new in the box Aqua Cool Aquarium Cooling Fan. What do you think? Steven says $2. Can't be more than 4. This one was in the first half of the auction. Alshon, I was thinking I want to put them in the tub, but I did hear that they do predate on the fry. So then I was thinking maybe I'll put them in a fish tank with the new egg catcher that squirts into the box thingy. How about for the tetras though? Will they eat their babies? Can I put them in the tub? Stephen Foxy said I need it, so I got it. Is it? I guess maybe it's. I don't know what brand it was. Maybe it's Zoomed. Probably. In the auction, in my group auctions, it's labeled as Aqua Cool Aquarium Cooling Fan. All right, so we got bids or guesses of $2, $4, and that's it so far. Cinnamon Girl got the Fundalo Panchex Gardener Eye Blue Trio, Packy Panchex Play for Eye, and Aphyosemian Auto Gardener Eye. That's the one I wanted. And then I seen her hand go up and I just gave up. I knew I didn't have a chance. The Gardener Eye and the Play for Eye I already have. All right. I paid $16 for it. I really wanted it. And like Tom said, it was a priority donation, so it was the first half of the auction. $16. All right. Next, the Garden of Eden. What the heck is this? The Garden of Eden gift certificate. When I was bidding for it, I thought it was a value of $45. It turns out it's only $25. So a $25 gift card to the Garden of Eden that I thought was $45. What do you think I paid? Yes, Nick, 16 for the fan. Steven. I got 5 gold epistogramma cockatoides. Nice. All right. For the $25 gift card to the Garden of Eden, I paid $20. So I get $5 for free. And yeah, $100 gift card for somewhere did go for 95. That is true too. And Timothy, Alshon wants to know: are you selling the Garden of Eden stuff at the Clash? All right. Next one is another clump of Java moss, same size. I paid the same price, $4. Next, this one was super confusing. The lot number is labeled as a pair of Chromacosemium volcanum campina. However, it was actually a single Epiplatus zinga. Or singa. However you spell it. So one Epiplatus killifish. What do you think I paid? All right, we got a guess of 16. We have a guess of 12. Any other guesses? I paid $1. All right. Next, a bag of Jungle Val. What do you think? Nick, I already have a few of them, so I just added it right to them. Hi, Cosmin. Yes, go to the beginning and catch up on double time. Steven says $1. Cosmin, what do you think I paid for a bag of Jungle Val at the Bucks County auction on Saturday? Nick, we haven't gotten to the good stuff yet. We have not gotten to the good stuff. It's coming. So we have a guess of $1 and two guesses of $2. I paid $3. Cosmin, to give you an idea, there were over 100 people at this auction. There were 921 lots. It lasted 7 hours. So far, my purchases: 4 brown bristlenose plecos, I paid $4. Tennis ball size Java moss, I got 2 separate lots at $4 each. A trio of orange Von Rio tetras, $4. A trio of albino cherry barbs, $6. An aqua cool aquarium cooling fan, brand new in the box, $16. A Garden of Eden gift certificate for the $25 value that I thought was $45. I paid $20. A single Epiplatus singa, $1. And then Jungle Val, $3 I paid. All right. No more. Actually, there's one more dry good. All right. 2 more. Next lot. Here's where it gets interesting. 5 sunrise platinum angelfish, probably a nickel to a quarter in size. I have never had angelfish before. These were really pretty, so I wanted to try. Okay, we have 2 guesses at 15. I guess at 18. Anyone else? Jenna with 25. Is Big Steve still here? All right. I paid $20. Next, lava rock with 3 holes in it. So it's a decent sized piece of lava rock with 3 holes in it. What do you think I paid? $10 a hole. All right. For the lava rock, I paid $2. Okay. For this next one, I'm going to put the name in the chat. Okay. I forget how many was in the bag. At least I want to say it was at least 4 or 5 fish, maybe 6. It had the full collection code information. I don't think it's a molly. It was Cosmin. It was collected. There we go. Yep, Alshon said it right there. I guess Alshon, did someone bring his fish, or was he there and I missed him? But I'm assuming Dan probably collected these and was breeding them in his fish room. Dan Fromm. He's in New Jersey. He's a Killy guy. Does Alshon or Cosmin, do you guys know, is this? I don't think it's a molly. That's true, Cosmin. But have you guys ever heard of this fish? Is it rare? I've never heard of it, but that doesn't necessarily mean much. Cosmo doesn't know live bears. All right, fair enough. Um, so we have a guess of $4 and $8. I think Poecilia just means live bear. Maybe. He came, dropped off fish, and left. Okay. Let's see. I could try Googling it. So it's from the Dominican Republic. It's commonly known as the Domingo Molly. Hmm. However, Google says that it's actually more of a limia type fish. Hmm. I have to do some more reading about this one. Um, Live bears, and they are xiphophorus. That's true. Mm-hmm. All right. So, do we have any guesses of what I paid, other than $8? Oh, and $4. All right. I paid $16 for these. I had never heard of them, and I really wanted them. Same for this next one. Let me copy the name over. So some of the location is cut off on this one. Limia zunata. It's another one from the Dominican Republic, from Dan Fromm. He most likely collected them. I've never heard of this one. All right. What do you guys think? Cosmin guesses 16. Alshon, I have them. I don't know if there's any babies in there. Yes, Mel, we are guessing what I paid on Saturday for I forget how many are in the bag. It was a few though. Of Limia Zunata. All right. I stole these fish for $4. $4. And as I was leaving, I received an offer for $10. But I did not let them go. All right. Here are the big ones. Here we go. 6 red Galaxy Pinto Caridina shrimp. And these suckers are gorgeous. Sounds like he's eating rocks. Yeah, those last pieces of popcorn were a bit chewy. My apologies. All right, so 6 red Galaxy Pinto Caridina shrimp. They met Laura and Tim's approval. I guess I do, Cosmin. They're still alive, I'm assuming. From Gatsby. I don't know who that is. They were really nice shrimp, though. Really nice. They just take Caridina water, right? Can I? Oh, God. I don't know. Can I? I don't know how. Which ones are these? Let's see. Laura, Tim, do the Pintos, the Red Galaxy, the ones that are not fishbone, do they have more red? Let's see here. All right. So I got these. And these. Okay, so these are the fishbone. Oh yeah, Cosmin, I did RODI and remineralized and have stratum substrate. All right, so we have a guess of 14. Mel says $3. Okay. Nick says 10. Nick, you missed the 2 live bears I got. You'll have to go back and catch up. Tell me if you've ever heard of those, Nick. I put the names in chat, I think. But I'd never heard of them. Dan Fromm, who you know, got them, collected them, and brought them to the auction. Cosman says 20. Nick says 10. Laura or Tim, tell us what these would go for retail a piece. Sunshine, the Angels were 20. And then I put the name in chat. I got Poecilia Diminiscensis with the full collection code, location code from Dan Fromm. I paid 16 for them. I got Limia Zunata with the full collection code as well for $4. Now we are on 6 Red Galaxy Pinto Caradina shrimp. Laura says $15 to $20 a piece, right? Tim says 10 to 20. Dan Fromm is always an interesting conversation. That's a true story. Also, Australibius patriciae was named after Dan's wife. Yep. Patricia, who is also an interesting conversation if you're into plants. True story. Nick says 15. I'd say closer to 15 because the pattern is not perfect. And that's per shrimp, correct? All right, people. So the shrimp people say that basically $10 to $20 per shrimp for these shrimp, and I got 6 of them. So how much do you think I paid for 6 of these shrimp? Yeah, at the auction it would be for the lot, correct. But I just wanted to put it out there what they're worth per shrimp. Nick says 25. For the lot. Yep. What else we think? I'd be closer to 10 with the rib bones filled in the way they are and missing a backline on the one. Well, the pictures I shared, Tim, were both types. All right. So, for 6 Red Galaxy Pinto Caradina shrimp, I paid $20 total. I think that was a really good price. Next, 4 Red Galaxy Fishbone Pinto Caradina shrimp. 4 of them. Nick says 14. And Cosman got it. I still paid the same price for these, even though it's 2 less shrimp, because they're the fishbone. So if you remember, I had set up 2 more shrimp tanks in the shrimp room, from because I was looking to get some shrimp at the last ACM meeting, but they went for too high because I think Big Steve and Dawn outbid me significantly, if I remember correctly. So I already had the tanks set up and cycled and ready to go. So I got these. Mel says, how much did you get at this auction? Oh, wait, you have fish rooms. Maybe. Multiple. Correct. Correct. The last one. Peat pucks. 2 dozen plus. So over 2 dozen peat pucks. I was happy when I saw these available because I wanted to get some peat for the Fundulopanchax crescency. I've been getting the eggs. I tried just putting the mops in water, and I did not have any success at all. So therefore, I want to try it on peat. So I was excited for this one. Big Steve says if a club has 100 members, only half even know what carradine are. True story. And about 3 of them can actually grade shrimp. True story. And Cosman guesses $4. Big Steve says I need peat pucks. That sounds perfect. Yeah, they're awesome. When will I see you, Big Steve? Here. ACM. If you remind me, Big Steve, I'll bring some for you for the ACM meeting. Lars says, yeah, when they rally in pits auction, always a steal, but I don't sell because won't get anything for them. Correct. Club knows I'm only one by them. True story. Like one of them can grade shrimp. Yep. All right. For the peat pucks, over 2 dozen of them, I actually paid $6. Oh yeah, you want blue pastas? You got to remind me because I already completely forgot about that one. And originally I wasn't going to make it to this meeting, but I was able to do some schedule finagling. And Nick, don't forget, 2 weeks from now. Oh, I wouldn't bid on new and rare Caradina because they were crap pattern. All right. So that was it. So I paid $150 at this auction. That's a lot for me. And yes, Cosman, you are correct. Where do you put it? Are you picking up extra ships after this auction? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So this Saturday ended my 21-day streak of working one or both jobs every single day of the week. Uh, 2 weeks from now, what, Scotty, is that? A threat. There you go. Yep. Did that email go out? I signed out for I signed out for alerts but didn't see it. No, the newsletter has not gone out yet. Probably next week, I imagine. Most likely. There were some aquatic isopods in that auction, by the way. But since it was on micro auctions, we won't get to see them. I told Scotty my fish bones started out as coals, and look where they are now. Yep. Yep. All right. I've been going for almost an hour and a half. It's a long one for me. Callie's isopods. Yep. All right, people. Well, that's it for the stream. Um, let's see what the YouTube studio is saying. Look at that. See, this stupid dual stream thing works. I gained a sub. Isn't that crazy? But yeah, check out the shorts I've been putting out. It's not often I do that. They've been going like crazy. 12.2 thousand. That's a lot for me. It really is. So yeah, check out those shorts. And when am I streaming next? Let's see here. Am I streaming Wednesday? I am not streaming Wednesday. I have to work. I might be able to next Monday though. We'll see. That is possible. I do have some days off coming though. So I'll probably be doing some pop-ups, which will be nice. 1 hour is a lot, yet you demand 4 from me every day. No, Nick, I don't like 4-hour streams. I like 2-hour streams. Big difference. All right, here we go. Outro. That didn't work. Let's try it again.